I would view a person, get the idea of that person, and then attach to the idea of that person without truly getting to know that person. And then I will fall really quickly and be messed up when it doesn't work out. Nowadays, I view that person, see the idea of that person, then I see if that idea that I have in my mind matches up with who they truly are. So I take my time. That helps me to avoid hurting my own feelings. Yo, it's Ashley of SingleWomanChronicles.com, where I encourage women to be the best version of themselves through healing and avoiding certain pitfalls in dating, love, and relationships. And today's episode is brought to you by How to X Your Ex, a guide to getting past unhealthy relationships. It's time to end the agonizing cycle of unhealthy relationships. Most people struggle with breakups because they just don't know how to start the healing process. How to X Your Ex is a step-by-step guide on moving past unhealthy relationships. Renew your strength and find happiness again by walking away from relationships that no longer serve you. Start fresh by Xing your ex. Learn how to stop the overwhelming thoughts of your ex. Get rid of the feelings of regret and shame. Eliminate the crushing feelings of rejections. Be at peace with your decision to leave and be hopeful that there is better out there for you. To get How to X Your Ex today on Amazon.com, on Books on Google Play, on Apple Books, and on Audible if reading is just not your forte. All right. So today's topic was just something I randomly thought about. Like, I literally was sitting in my living room and I was thinking back to how I used to hide the fact that I dated certain guys from my friends. Like, I know I'm not the only one who has done this, but I just feel like if you have to hide the fact that you're dating a guy, you shouldn't be dating him. Now, I'm not talking about the friends that are like overly critical, who are like really frenemies, who be hating on you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about those kinds of friends because I don't know why y'all got them friendships, but I know some people do. I'm talking about your good friend. I'm talking about that friend you know they gonna read you for filth if you call them with the mumbo jumbo, with the bull. That friend, you be scared to call them. So you call the acquaintance and you tell them the dumb stuff. Like, cause you know they're gonna be like, girl, now you know better. Like, you know they gonna snatch your edges. They're gonna read you for filth. I'm talking about those friends. So it's been several occasions where I've had relationships or situationships. Back in the day, especially when I was outside in these streets, I have hid certain guys from my friends because, I mean, they didn't need to know because I didn't feel like them judging me and telling me to make right decisions when I knew that liking him and dealing with him was wrong, but I didn't want to be right. So I just dealt with those situations. Again, this is back in the day. Nowadays, I don't hide guys from my friends because, one, I'm just not in that space in my life where I want to deal with people who annoy me or who don't want what I want, which is something serious. I'm just not in that casual dating phase anymore. So I'm just too old. And yeah, so of course, there's a few reasons why you would hide your relationship from your friends. Hide the men you're dating from your friends. One, you know that he's trash and you just don't want them to give you advice because you know he's trash, but you just want to deal with him anyway. Sometimes we're just not in a space to make the right decisions. It's several TikTok videos, Instagram videos of women like, if I would have known, knowing my worth would have had my phone this dry, I wouldn't have done it. I agree sometimes. I definitely agree. Because here's the thing. When you get to a certain level of self-esteem, self-love, self-worth, you notice stupidity early. And when you notice it, you can't rock with it. You're not going. You're just not going. And so when you get to that point, you don't have as many meaningless adventures as you would if you were not at that point. Because think about it. When you were making dumb decisions, you were aware of the dumb decisions, but you didn't care because you were just like, I need some spice in my life. I'm tired of being alone right now. I'm tired of being lonely. I'm just going to mess with somebody's son. I don't care if he's good, bad, or indifferent. I don't care. This between me and him. My friends ain't got to know. Nobody got to know because I don't care. So when you're in that point in your life, you're just outside wilding. I have so many meaningless scenarios that it's kind of like, I don't care. I don't care. And the crazy part about this is I don't know about y'all, but this is another reason you'll hide a guy from your friend is when you done told them that he sucked. You done told them that you don't really like him like that. You done told them that he was trash, but it's something about him that makes him still stick aroundable. Like, you don't want to completely X him out because there's still something in him that you like. So you'll just keep him around. You just won't keep him around as anything serious, but he's still there, right? And so you'll hide them from your friends. I remember this one time, y'all, let me tell you. I'm telling on myself, but again, this has been years ago. This is me. A lot of the stories I tell y'all are from my 20s because I'm too dang on healed and I don't have the funny stories anymore because I'm just not with the BS. I'm just not with it. I'll cut it off too early. Like, I cut it off so quick. I don't even let it get a chance to fester into more buffoonery. Because I know some people, they just like the adventure. They're just like, you know what? I know they ain't ish, but I'm going to keep going because it's fun or it's exciting or my life is boring. I don't got time for that. Like, I just don't have time for it. So I'll just cut it off. But back in the day, I had time today. Okay. So there was this one scenario. Met this dude on a dating app. This was like so long ago. I was like 24. A lot of it happened between 23 and 25. 23, 24. More so 22 to 24. This is me trying to remember. Because I think I had a boyfriend at 26. I don't remember, but it was around then. Anyway, met him on a dating app. We hung out once to get tacos. He was very attractive. I'm talking like very, very attractive. He looked like Don Benjamin. I don't know if y'all know who Don Benjamin is, but look him up. That man looked just like him. I'm talking about they could be twins. Hazel eyes, everything. They looked just alike. This man was finer than a mother. Now, back in the day, this is one of my shallow days, when if you were super fine, it didn't matter how stupid you were, how poor you were, how, you couldn't be disrespectful though. You had to have some home training, but you could be dumb, you could be stupid, you could like not really be a super gentleman, but I'll still rock with you just because I liked how you look. Like, I was very shallow. I'm not gonna lie about that. Beautiful people, I'm like, you know what? I don't really like him for real, but I'll still hang with him. So with him, I can't remember what about him annoyed me, but he annoyed my soul. Like, he was just very, very annoying, but he was very beautiful. So I wanted to be around his beauty. And then, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, after our first date, we ended up doing the nasty on the second date. And so the nasty was very good, and that shocked me because usually when some people are that beautiful, they don't put in work like that. And he was putting in work, and I was very confused by that. And so I'm like, oh, we got to keep him around. But I had already told my friends that he annoyed me, so I had to start hiding him from them, right? So we would hang out a lot because I told y'all he was good at what he was doing, okay? And he was beautiful. So we would still go out to the movies and stuff. And it was so funny how God just be, what's done in the dark will come to the light, because God was just revealing stuff to people. I remember going to the movies and I seen one of my homies at the movies and they're like, who is that? Like, oh my God. So then this one situation, I was supposedly on a man fast because I used to go on man fast all the time. Now I just don't be talking to nobody because I'm healed and self-loved and woo. But anyway, so I was supposed to be going on a man fast, right? So at this time, the way my room was set up was the bathroom mirror, like it was one of those bathrooms where the toilet and the tub were separate from the sink. So the sink, right behind the sink was my bed. So I was in a group chat with my homegirls who thought I was on this man fast, right? And they also didn't know that I was still talking to dude because I had told them that he annoyed me and I probably wasn't gonna talk to him no more. So I'm on this man fast and I told them this, and I take a picture of an outfit. I'm trying on stuff. I don't know where I was about to go. I'm trying on stuff, take a picture of the outfit, send it to them. Mind y'all, he's in the bed behind me, but I'm thinking they can't see him because I'm in the mirror and I'm blocking him. Well, Miss Inspector Gadget gonna sit, she zooms in on the picture, like, whose arm is that? So they can see his arm behind me, and you see a tattooed arm, and you see that it is a guy. And so it was so funny because I'm like, I am caught red freaking handed. I have no words, people. I don't know. I don't know that man. I'm sorry to this man. I don't know what you're talking about. You're seeing things. Like, I couldn't even say nothing. I just ghosted the conversation until the next day, and I was just like, hey guys, I'm sorry, because you know they was roasting me like a mug up in that chat. But eventually I stopped talking to him, but the cat was out the bag at that point. But yeah, so the first reason we don't talk to dudes is because, one, we know they trash or they're not good enough for us, and we're just like, we know our friends are gonna be like, bro, what is you doing? Why? Two, we done told them they stupid, but we still not done dealing with the stupidity because we just want to keep touching the stove to see if it's hot, or we just want some adventure in our life. So we, will hide it. Another reason you might hide the relationship from your friends is because you are afraid that it may not work. So you want to give yourself a little bit of time. Like, I've done that a few times where I'm not trying to hide it from them. I'm more so trying to test the waters because I don't know about y'all. I get tired of telling my friends about dudes and then having to say, never mind. Like, I be sick and tired of being sick and tired of that. Like, dude, I'm not, I'm not, mm-mm. It's just, it's annoying, and it's sad you got to go into that mode, because I remember back in the day when I was like outside and I would just give like a little bit. I told y'all you can have a chance if you was fine. It didn't really matter how smart you were. If you were very attractive, I give you a chance. But and I'm just going through these guys in these dating scenarios because I also used to be outside. So another thing, this is a side note. We all know that dating has just changed so much in the past decade, since social media, since dating apps, since everything. So it's really hard and tough to meet people out, interacting with them, especially as an adult who don't really go outside like that. This, I was listening to, y'all know I love my other podcast, Dear Future Wifey, and XO Nicole was on there. The guy asked her, Latarius asked her, why does she think dating is hard in Atlanta? She made a very great point that I've never heard. She said the issue is the dirty dog people that we don't want be outside, but the people like us who want something serious be inside, wondering how we gonna meet somebody. We don't be outside. Like, where do you find these people? So I think that's a big point. But like back in the day, I remember like I used to work, at a bar. I used to waitress. So I'm exposed to all of these humans. So there are a lot of different scenarios. And then I remember, going through this cycle of I meet a dude on a Monday. And then by Wednesday, I'm like, okay, we good. I like this dude. He's great. But then by Friday, I'm like, y'all, never mind. And I'm telling y'all, that was really the cycle. Like literally a Monday, Wednesday, Friday cycle. I wonder if that's still going on. Y'all let me know in the comments if that's still going on. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's really sad and it's very like annoying. So many times you will hide a guy from your friends because of that. Another reason you'll hide a guy from your friends because you know that they sick of your bull. You know that they, like, you in this relationship. Every time you bring something to the table about this relationship, it's always negative. It's never positive. It's always, oh my God, he did this. He did this. He did this wrong. He did that wrong. And this has been happening since the beginning of the relationship. So we all know this is a toxic relationship. You know it. Your mama know it. Your friends know it. Your neighbor know it because they hear y'all arguing. Everybody know it. But you're not ready to leave yet. I get it. I've been there. That's why y'all need to get the book, How to Ex Your Ex, if you in that situation. But no, seriously, I've been there. I get it. I know what that feels like. I've been in that. So you just stop. You're not necessarily hiding your relationship, but you just hide all the details because your friends just don't care no more. They're tired. They are tired. There's no more advice they can give you. The only advice they have is to leave. But you're not ready to do that. So there's nothing else they can offer you. Okay? The only thing they can offer is an exit strategy. But you don't want the exit strategy. You want to know how to make it work, but it ain't gonna work. It's like a car with no motor in it. I'm telling you, you need to go get a motor, but you're like, no, I want to put some gas in. You put all the gas in that you want. If it ain't got no motor, it ain't gonna crank and it ain't gonna move. So I'm just letting you know, do what I did when I was in my toxic relationship and I wasn't ready to leave. I just stopped telling people. I just had to build up the strength to leave. And once I built up the strength to leave, then I left. And if you're wondering, like, how did I build up the strength to leave? I had to really come to the reality of the negativity of the relationship and understand that it was never going to change. And I had done everything that I could do. And I had to also realize that I was no longer myself. Like the me that went into that relationship was not the same me that I was in that moment. And I didn't like her. I liked the one going in. I didn't like the one that I had become. So that pissed me off. And I knew that the only way to get back to the version of me that entered the relationship or to a better version of me, I had to get out of the relationship. And also there were no solutions. I'm very solution focused. The only way to solve this problem was to leave. And I knew that it was like tearing me a freaking part. So I had to be honest with myself about the negativity of this relationship. I had did all the talking I could do. I had did all the arguing I could do. I just had to come to the end of myself and then start building the strength and letting myself know, like, I think when you get into those negative points in those relationships, you start to think there's no hope, especially if it's like a verbally abusive situation or a toxic relationship. You start to believe like there's no one else out there. If I get out of this, I'm too damaged. I'm not going to find anyone else, blah, blah, blah. But that's a lie. That's not the truth at all. There are other people out here. It's billions of folks in this world walking this earth. You don't have to date nobody in your city. It's several cities outside of your city. When you get out of it, you don't need to be bothering nobody anyway. You need to take time to look inward. You know what I mean? But understanding that there is better on the other side is a huge tactic to you leaving a situation that is unhealthy. Okay. And also, I was praying. Like I had to pray my way up out of that thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, so just really coming to the realization, reassuring myself that I can do better. I will be okay once this is over and I can be restored. And then really praying and just getting my spiritual and mental and emotional health up. And then knowing that once I leave, my friends are going to be the biggest cheerleaders because they're waiting on me to leave. Like your friends be waiting on you to get up out that relationship. Like they be celebrating for sure. Like literally they're praying for y'all downfall. Like, they're praying for the downfall of this relationship. They praying every night on their knees like, who please Jesus, let her leave this relationship this time and let us stay gone. In Jesus' name, amen. So they standing in the gap for the end of their relationship. So know and understand that if you got some real friends behind you, they're going to have your back. And they're going to be there to high five you once you come up out that thing. So ain't nothing to worry about. Just come on up out that thing. But my thing is, I just want to encourage y'all to stop hiding these men from y'all friends. Like, I just feel like if you gotta hide them, then you shouldn't be dating them. Now, I do understand, like, not telling your friends up front just because you just met that person, so you don't want to make a big deal out of it. But nowadays, I still tell my friends, because the way I date is so different now. Like, I don't take it that personally in the beginning. Like, when I meet someone, I don't automatically say I like this person. Like, I literally have to be like, okay, I have to interact with you to know if I like you. Like, back in the day, because, hopeless romantic here, anxious attachment here, all of that, like, I would view a person, get the idea of that person, and then attach to the idea of that person without truly getting to know that person. And then I will fall really quickly and be messed up when it doesn't work out. Nowadays, I view that person, see the idea of that person, then I see if that idea that I have in my mind matches up with who they truly are. So I take my time. That helps me to avoid hurting my own feelings. That helps me to avoid prematurely attaching myself to an idea of a person instead of who they truly are. That helps me from wasting my time. So yeah, y'all should really try that. And because of that, I can tell my friends, oh, I met this guy, he seemed cute, he seemed cool, we'll see. And be okay with that. And they can come and, ask me about it. And I'm not all torn up like, oh my God, another one bites the dust and blah, blah, blah. It's just a part of the game, unfortunately, man. Like, you're not going, like, if you think about it, if you really, like, want to spend forever with somebody, if your goal is, like, marriage or a serious relationship, all you need is one person. Unless you're polygamous. I'm not talking to you. But all you need is one person. And so every person you meet could possibly be that person. But until then, you're still looking for that one person, right? So not everyone you meet is going to match that. Especially if you have like these standards. If you've been through a lot, you really know what you need. It's just a little bit tricky. Especially in this environment. When we is hiding. We as in the healthy, whole people, we hiding. I don't know who needs to throw this event, but somebody needs to throw a healthy, whole event. And we need certificates of therapy being completed at the front door, so we know that you happy and you whole when you coming into this environment. Because I just need a happy and whole brunch. I want to connect with individuals who are emotionally available. That's all I want. It's really not that hard. It's not rocket science. Y'all let me know if y'all know what the emotionally available people are. Because I'm tired. Point me in the direction of the emotionally available and ready for a relationship. Point me in that direction. Then I'll go outside. I'll go exactly to where they are. Okay? Point me in the direction of the man. I don't have to hide from my friends. Okay? Because I want it. And then I have one of my homegirls. Oh, let me tell y'all. It's Jesus. I pray about it. I pray about all the relationships because God be like quick with it. One time I was at the Kroger. Yes, I said the Kroger. I was at Kroger. And I'm walking out and this old guy, older, I'm not going to say he was old, older guy stops me. He was okay. He wasn't ugly. Wasn't like, oh my God, he fine. This was recent. And so he asked for my number and I'm like, I don't give my number out, but I can take yours. So I take his number. And so as I'm walking, I'm like, okay, guy, I'm single. I wouldn't mind going on a date with him if he cool. Let me know what it is. No, I did give him my number. I'm lying. Okay, so I gave him my number. So I'm walking to my car and I say that to God. I'm like, hey, I wouldn't mind going on a date with him. Let me know what it is. As soon as I open my car, sit down, put my seatbelt on, this man done sent me a picture of himself talking about, okay, now send me a picture of you. Now, God knows my language. God knows all our language. God knows what turns us off immediately. And that is one of the things. Asking me for a picture. My God, you just saw me. You just met me. You're not even going to wait till I pull out the parking lot before you ask me for a picture? And who asked you, why you think I want your picture? What if I got a boyfriend at home and I'm out here cheating and you over here sending me pictures? You done got me caught. Like, oh, it's just annoying. Nobody asked you for that. Oh, it just grinded my gears. But immediately I knew that was a no. Because God knows that really ruffles my feathers. I do not like when dudes ask me for pictures. Like, I don't know why women, we hate that. I really don't know why we hate that. But I think there's a consensus. It's very annoying. Now, the crazy part about it is if we really like a guy, we want to send him a picture. We be trying to send him all the pictures. Let me take a picture of this before I go out. Let me send dude a picture when we really like you. But I think it's just like, what you want the picture for? That's what I think. That's what do you want it for? What you want it for? Especially if you just sent me. You trying to put me in your little group chat? No. Talk about you about to go out with this little young tenderoni? No, sir. No, sir. No, Mr. Jimmy. No, Mr. Jimmy. I'm not sending you a picture. I didn't ask for a picture of you, Mr. Jimmy. I don't know that man's name because as soon as he sent that, I deleted everything. But yeah. So I be praying to God first, and then I pray to my best friend. Her opinion is right up under here because she is never, any guy she has ever not liked has turned out to be not good for me. Like, she has never missed. Ever missed. Now, there have been men where she's like, okay, I like them, their character, but not necessarily I like them for you. She was even right in those instances. But if she doesn't like someone, that means that she sees something in their character that isn't good and that I need to watch out for and that I may need to exit stage very quickly. So I be trying to tell her about people expeditiously. Usually she can read character without even having to meet people. I don't know how she does it, but she's always right. But I be trying to tell her immediately because I'm like, hey, what's your spirit telling you? Because I need to know what's up. So yeah, we got to stop. Because our friends can help us avoid a lot of this BS. Because they can see more than we can see. Because all we can see is what we want to see. But when you put somebody who don't got no investment in this situation, they can see way more. So stop hiding these men from your friends. Stop hiding these men from your friends. That's the message for today. That's it. That's all. All right, y'all. Till next time. Bye.